Welcome to PASL today. I'm Kartik Krishnaiyer. I'm joined today by Pedro Rozati, who is the managing partner of Florida Brothers, one of our 5 teams in PASL this season. Pedro, how are you?
I'm doing well, Kartik. How about yourself? Thank you for having me here.
Thank you as well. I'm doing well. And Pedro, you have a background here in soccer, football. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the sport and maybe who you support back in Brazil.
Yeah, well, so I'm from Brazil, right? And I've been living here for 18 years already in the United States, South Florida, all the time. In Brazil, I grew up cheering for Corinthians. It's a team, the team from the heart, team of the people, they say, right?
Yeah.
I was able to see a lot of nice, important wins from Corinthians throughout my years. Moved here to the U.S. when I was 14 years old, and the soccer is in the blood, right? What they say in Brazil, it's part of a religion, even if you want to say that. But it's always been part of the blood, part of the culture, and it never left me, even though coming here to the United States. And then being here, you saw that there's a lot, especially South Florida, a lot of immigrants, a lot of people who are from Latin America as well, a lot of people from Europe that also have this passion about soccer. And we played in high school. I played in high school for South Broward. We also, and then after that, didn't play for college. I actually didn't do anything in terms of sport for college. I took a break. And playing with friends throughout the years, we just decided to open a team and become competitive. And that started, one thing pulled another, and here we are. I mean, we joined a couple leagues, we won we won a championship, and here we are in the PASL.
So 18 years here, which means you just missed Tevez and Mascherano at Corinthians, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't present when they were doing the whole show, but I was watching from here for sure.
Yeah, and then of course
It
Corinthians
was
had.
it was nice. It was nice couple of years, man. It
Yeah,
was
those were a nice couple
2005.
of years.
2005. I came in 2004, so it was right there. They won, I think, in 2005.
Yeah, they won in 2005, and then of course relegated a couple of years later, then back to the top
Yeah,
a few years later. Corinthians has been a roller coaster ride the last decade and a half or
yeah,
so.
yeah.
So you played for South Broward High School here in Hollywood in South
I was
Florida.
I was a sub. I was really bad, Kartik, to be honest. I didn't make the team a couple of times, and then the last year the coach was he felt bad for me. He's just like, you know what, just come here and he can help the team. So I helped any way I can. I wasn't too good, and actually I became better after that. Obviously you start practicing, you start going and being around the people that are actually better, and you start developing that, and eventually I actually got some skills. I was doing okay. I actually scored when we first started the Florida Brothers. I scored on a UPSL match, and that's it. But that was it. It was I'd say like 3 games, 4 games before I lost my position in the Brothers, and I became essentially like the back office guy that just supporting the team from the outside. I didn't have the skills to be at that level where we were playing. And today, absolutely not. I mean, I'm out of shape, out of everything.
So tell us about the formation of the club. Obviously, a group of you created the club
Yeah.
and play here in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, man. I mean, essentially, we were, we had a group of guys that we joined in, and we played for 2 years with them. Older guys, actually the age ranged from, I would say 20s to all the way 40s, 50s. They're, just the friends that play together. And we noticed, I mean, the younger guys were like, hey, you know what? What if we play a little bit more competitive? What if we do something like that? And actually, it was 5 of us. And one day we were just talking about it. I said, look, we can just, rent a field somewhere and play just younger guys for a couple days a week and stay at that and do that. Or we can actually start something bigger, create a club and build something. And everybody was like, yes, let's do that. Let's, who never dreamed of, being part of or even owning a soccer club. So we started that. It was very tough at the beginning. Obviously, right away the pandemic hit. It's been 2 years of Florida Brothers, right? So for most of our age, actually, most of our existence was was the pandemic going on. So not too easy, but it wasn't, like one thing led to another, and we actually being very consistent. The will to win, the will to compete. Ended up being just two guys controlling the team, because the other three, it ended up being too much work, a lot of dedication that it takes, right, for you to be leading a team. Ended up being just two partners, myself and Felipe. And shout out to Felipe if he's watching. But the two of us, led the team, and eventually we joined the UPSL. We it was 2 seasons. We got eliminated it was Division 2. We got eliminated by Miami United, B team, I imagine, on the penalty kicks on the quarterfinals. Our first year, and their second year we won, and that was the hard work and the consistency was one of the reasons that Douglas called us to talk about the PASL, and we were brought in. We were very excited to be part of a league with such serious team and such serious organizations, such serious teams and such a great organization that you and Douglas and all the team that make it happen for us at the PASL.
Great, thank you for that. And what was it like, you and Felipe, sustaining the team during COVID? Because I know it was very difficult. This is a instructor for adult amateur teams throughout the country. I know there's been just so much difficulty in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, you had to follow the guidelines from the local authorities. I mean, that was all the time what we did. So if local authorities said, yeah, you can play, but you need to do this and you need to do that, we were doing it. So I think we actually stopped just for 2 or 3 months, Kartik. Obviously, a lot of the project itself was a much bigger project. We were planning, on bringing people from outside the world, or even getting some guys from here to go to Brazil, which we have a lot of good contacts there with other clubs. We have partnerships with a couple clubs. So it's that aspect of the business, yes, had a big impact. But in terms of playing here, I think it was 2 or 3 months without any practice. Everything was locked down. But as soon as Fort Lauderdale, for example, opened up the fields and they said, hey, you need to, wear the mask and take care of, all the protocols. And we let our players know of the dangers and the cautions that we were doing. And obviously it wasn't easy, right? We had a lot of the guys got COVID, from our team, but they were very everybody respected the pandemic a lot. So anyone that was feeling sick or had any suspicion or had been with somebody, they would be very respectful and not join practice, and just let people know, hey, I was with a friend that got positive for COVID. I'm not coming in, so I'm getting tested before. So we were very, I think the team, that overall, each one of the players really cooperated and helped us to actually continue, right, to play. And then obviously we're still in the pandemic right now. It's nothing done, nothing clear. A lot of the guys are already vaccinated, thankfully. So we're just starting to see the light, I would say, Kartik, on the pandemic, and trying to maybe resume some of the projects that we had initially. Try to resume on that maybe at the end of the year, maybe starting of next year.
So as we wind down the show, and we're winding down the season, you have 2 more matches in PASL play next week against Miami United at home at Mills Pond, and then you're going to play at Boca Raton on Saturday. Yeah. What have you found about PASL in terms of football, soccer competition the first season?
No, it's a great competition, Kartik. I mean, our team, after we won the Division 2 on the UPSL, we went through a big transformation. A lot of the guys, some guys were injured. Some guys just went back to work, spring break. A lot of the guys that play for us, they work in the restaurant industry, and, spring break at the beach and all that. I mean, actually have about 7 or 8 guys working there at the beach. So the team was going through a transformation. And then throughout the transformation, you were playing with teams that were superior than what we had seen before, like Boca Raton, Miami United, Palm Beach Stars, Naples United. I mean, those teams are very well structured, very well organized, and they're very competitive. So the level of competition that we found was amazing. I think we were unfortunate a little bit with the, I mean, it's part of the transformation. We didn't get the results that we were expecting or that we wanted, but it was a great experience for us. It has been, right, a great experience for us. And even though there was very little or no chances to get to the final, right now it's we're still gonna put in a very strong team to try to win the match against United and win the match against Boca. We're gonna go for it.
Great. Thank you. Good luck in both those matches, Pedro, next week. And we will be back with you real soon on another edition of PASL Today.
Thank you, Kartik. Have a good day,
Thank
man.
you. You too.